Hey, what's up, everyone? You're here with the Pick Dawgz Soccer Crew, Goran, Jack, and Kirk. Thank you for joining us here, guys. It's Saturday. It is January 4th, 2025. Thank you for joining us here. We are slowly getting all of the leagues back. The only one left is actually Bundesliga. Well, La Liga as well. They have Copa del Rey this weekend, so no picks for La Liga. But EPL, Serie, French Super Cup, French League One, we have all of those competitions and a lot of free picks for you. That means a lot of premium picks as well. You can get them by clicking the links in the description of this video or simply going to the pickdawgz.com website and then signing up for our individual passes. Or better yet, put all three of us together in that 3-4 capper promotion and get NBA, get NFL. I don't even know, have the playoffs started yet in the NFL, guys?
No, we've got our
No,
last regular season week this weekend.
No, there we go. Any high stake games going on?
Oh yeah, some big games, some big
we
games. There'll
got
be
the
premiums for sure.
we got
Yeah.
the what's it called? The Lions and the Vikings, which is for the number one seed in the
Yeah.
NFC, which is a big one.
There you have it, guys. A lot of premium picks, and of course, a lot of soccer premium picks from me as well. So put all three of us together, and let's make some money this weekend, guys. Now we also have free picks, which we are kicking off right now with the matchup between Aston Villa and Leicester. Jack, what are your thoughts on this one?
My first thing I did when I looked at this game was, well, what are the odds of Villa? Because I bet you they're way too high, they're way too juiced, and I was correct. Look, I know it's Leicester. I know their road form hasn't been great recently. They've lost their last four. But other than the United game that they lost 3-0, I actually think it's been a tough run for them. Lost at Anfield, can't complain. Lost in Newcastle, can't complain. They're on a massive heater right now. And then lost to Brentford, who at the time were the best home team in the league. So their last three, I can't really blame them for losing those games. And I'm sure Kirk will tell you, like, Villa are just not the team to take when they're this big of a favourite. I think they're on his fraud list or bum list. It's one of these, or maybe both. I don't know. But for this game, it's tough to find value for me. I think the only way I'm looking is at corners. Leicester don't really concede that many corners, and they don't really get that many corners themselves. So under 10.5 corners at near even money is my lean in this game.
Yeah, you can't really blame Leicester for losing to City, Liverpool, and Newcastle, but that loss to Wolves at home was definitely a bad call from them. I think this might be a little bit different. I do agree. I think that Villa are way too heavy favorites in this one, minus 335. They should be favorites, not as big. But I will still take goals in this one. I'm going to take over 3 goals at minus 127. Do we see more than three? Hopefully. I'm taking the safety net, so-called, of a push here, but I think I wouldn't be surprised to see at least 4 goals in this one, Kirk.
Yeah, I think the line makes sense simply because the books, for whatever reason, love Aston Villa, even though they're terrible. I don't know why they. If I had to set a price here, I thought it would be like minus 300 to be honest, just because they're in love with Villa. I don't know why. I get there at home. I get Leicester's not the team that they were 8 years ago, but Villa do concede a lot at home against worser teams, which they shouldn't concede against. So I'm on both teams to score here at minus 130. I really love the price here.
Now, the next game, Bournemouth and Everton. It seemed for a moment there that Everton is playing well enough to avoid the headaches of being in the relegation zone or close to the relegation zone, but they're still only in 16th place. They had, what, 4 draws in their last 6 or 7 games or something like that, and now they are coming off of a loss to Nottingham Forest 2-0 at home. While Bournemouth is actually playing a lot better right now. I know, Kirk, that they are not your favorite team. They are on a 2 game draw streak. But for myself, I have to go with Bournemouth on the money line here at minus 133.
Yeah, I don't know what you said. I'm
We
pretty
lost
bi-
you there.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm pretty high on Bournemouth,
Are you?
Goran.
So
Yeah,
which one is it
it's
then? Brentford
what?
Brentford he
and,
doesn't
and,
like.
and, and, and Brighton are your bomb list
Yeah,
teams?
Brentford and Brighton are absolutely trash teams. They should both be in the Farmers League, but they already are because the Premier League is the Farmers League. But they should be in the second division of the Farmers League. They're both terrible. But Bournemouth, I've been on. Look at our pick score on all season. I've been on Bournemouth a lot of times. Bournemouth, Nottingham, and Palace are the teams I like to bet. And this kind of a spot that actually scares me here in Bournemouth. This is like if they were minus 200, I'd love it. But minus 135, there's something fishy, but I still can't pass it up. Bournemouth at home with how they're playing. Give me them on the money line. Something fishy though in this game could happen. I could see that.
And you are on the same page, Jack?
Yeah, kind of in the same boat as Kirk, to be honest. Like, I don't love the Bournemouth money line, if I'm honest. If I'm doing, well, I will be doing a parlay on Saturday, just for like a bit of fun, but I don't think I'll be putting Bournemouth in. Even though they're my pick in this game, I just think this is like a spot where you can get upset by them easily. Because let's not forget, like Everton have found some good draws recently on the road. Like, okay, drew to City. City aren't great at the moment, but considering the position Everton are in, that's a good result. Drew on the road to Arsenal as well just before Christmas, so they're not playing bad. They're getting draws. I think this one it could be the exact same, maybe. But if I'm picking either side here, it is Bournemouth.
Now, for our next game, Jack, for once, I agree with you on the pick, and that
You
is
mean
Crystal
Kirk?
Kirk. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my brain today. I'm taking Crystal Palace to the double chance here. I think it's a good spot for them. They have been struggling a little bit lately, but then again, Chelsea has been probably in their worst form over the last couple of months, even longer than that, probably. Uh, like I said, I'm taking Crystal Palace to the double chance here, Kirk.
Like I said, Chelsea let down spot against Ipswich. Ipswich play good teams well at home. Did I think they would win? No, but I did think it was going to be a closer game. I mean, Palace here at home against Chelsea. It's kind of a no-brainer for me here to take Palace on the double chance. At the odds we're getting them at, Chelsea's favored way too heavily right now. In this game, give me Palace or draw as well.
Jack?
Yeah, again, London rivalry game. Not the biggest London rivalry in the world, but certainly a derby in one way or another. And like Kirk said, Chelsea on the road right now are just not playing well. Yeah, not one in their last two. I think this one's three. I think you've probably heard me or Kirk say it too many times at this point, and it's only January now. Palace are just a tough team to beat when they're at home. It doesn't matter if they're 17th in the league or 10th or whatever. They are just tough to beat. I don't think Chelsea really have the form to be able to beat them right now. That being said, I just don't think there's going to be a lot of goals. Palace are hard to beat at home because they don't concede that much. So under 3.5 is my play here. Bit of a parlay booster. This one is going into my parlay at minus 175 just to boost those odds a bit more.
In the next game, Kirk, a few videos ago, you asked me what is the team I'm never betting on this season, and I told you Southampton because I watched their last game and they're absolutely horrible. There's just no heads or tail in that team, and they are just a disaster. They look like a team that should be in the championship, somewhere close to the bottom of it, if I'm being honest. Maybe even
Yeah,
League
they're
One
playing
right
a
now.
team. They're playing a team that should also be with them in League One.
Eh, yeah, well, at the moment, Brentford does not look well at all, but they can still score goals, a lot more goals than Southampton. So, Jack, I'm taking Brentford team total over 1.5 goals at plus 105 for myself, and I honestly can't believe that we're getting these odds on Brentford to score 2 goals in this match.
Yeah. Um, I struggle to take over in Southampton games, especially when they're at home. They're the worst home team for scoring in the league. They're not even averaging a goal a game. 0.78 goals a game at home on average is just disgusting and not good enough for them to stay up, and they are probably getting relegated. So, look, can Brentford score two? Maybe, yeah. But can Southampton score one? Don't trust it. Under 2.5 at plus 120 is just an incredible price that I cannot pass up.
Looks like, Kirk, that you are mostly on my side rather than Jack's.
Yeah. Brentford, they do like to score early, but just watching them defend and Arsenal is not how you can defend against Southampton. They're gonna be more attacking. Southampton, they're gonna score. I mean, they've been decent lately. Brentford's terrible. Give me both teams to score here in the first half at plus 240. Actually, one of my favorite plays of the day. Probably be like 3-2 at halftime.
Just
Go
as
ahead, Jack.
an extra pick as well, I forgot I had it written down on like a piece of paper, but the piece of paper's not in front of me. Same game parlay I like. If you want to play a prop in this game, it's honestly the best player prop of probably the month. Over, or should I say, 1+ shots on target for Mbermo, who's in fine form for Brentford right now, and 1+ shots on target for Visser. You stick that in the same game parlay, you get an even money. Honestly, that is like free money. They're giving away money at that price.
And now we have the last game of the day in the EPL, at least as far as this video goes, guys. We have Manchester City hosting West Ham. They finally got a win. It wasn't an easy one because Leicester missed a ton of chances in that game against City, and they should have at least scored a goal. But hey, City got a win. They kept a clean sheet, which should be a nice confidence boost for them. And honestly, West Ham feels like a game, Jack. Feels like a team that City should beat right now, and it feels like almost the perfect matchup for City to finally connect a couple of wins together.
Yeah. The again, Manchester City are on my do not bet list. Because they just can't be trusted in any of my money this season. To be honest, they've costed me so much money. So yeah, staying away from them. But for a free pick, look, I think City come into 2025 hot, fresh start, try and recover what they can because, as I said, if they continue this season the way they've started it, they aren't even getting Champions League football, and that would be a disaster when you consider all the financial fair play and all that sort of jazz, and that would be an absolute disaster. So. I think City come out hot in this game. I'm going to take them on the money line for the first 10 minutes. It's not a surprise to me if West Ham come out slow, especially on the road, and you see Haaland score in the first 10 minutes. So, first 10 minutes for City at plus 400, I think, is a pretty decent price, to be honest.
West Ham has one big problem for this game, and I see that Jared Bowen is listed as injured for this one. We know how much he means to that team, and without him in the lineup, it's a completely different team. Thomas Soucek apparently is suspended, and we know that he's a great midfielder for them as well. I think the City will get a win out of this one, so I'm taking City to win and over 2.5 goals, minus 147. I'm pretty sure that price is gonna go pretty high up as we approach the game time, Kirk. But you are taking this one even a step further.
Yeah, I just don't trust City to keep 2 clean sheets in a row right now. I think City probably win 3-1, 4-1, 2-1. But as long as that happens, I have Man City and both teams to score at plus 115. I'm kind of shocked we're getting plus money for this because City's been so bad defensively over the past month that I don't know. This kind of shocks me at the price. So plus 115, I really love it.
I know this is something that we don't really do, Goran. But honestly, Bowen's looking like he could be out until at least March, or maybe even out for the season because he's got a broken foot. He's fractured it in 2 places or something like that. So I actually don't mind a Reddit like West Ham to be relegated because they're going to really struggle without him. I think this is the worst way you could start the season. It's like plus 3,300. So I do not mind putting like $10 on that at all.
I mean, there are at least five, six worse teams than West Ham, and that's a lot of teams like Southampton, Ipswich, Brentford. So I mean, if you have $10 to spare, why not put it on it? It's like plus 3,000, like you said. So maybe it's worth a
It's
shot.
just like I don't know, man, because like their best striker Antonio, he may not even play football again because of his horrific car crash. And you're thinking, okay, well, okay, you got Bowen at least. Now they've got no Bowen. I just don't see how they can score enough against any of these teams around them, to be honest. But that's just my take.
Lucas
I
Paqueta
think
will score.
Everton go down. I think Everton, Leicester, and Southampton go down. I think Wolves and Ipswich stay up.
Yeah, I think Ipswich home form's too good for them to get relegated right now, to be honest. So yeah,
I
I,
think
I agree
Leicester
with
will
you on
stay up.
Ipswich staying up.
Mm.
We'll see. I guess we are halfway through the season, so keep an eye on it, guys. For the next couple of games, we are going to Serie A. Venezia and Empoli is the first game that we have here to talk about. What are your thoughts about this one, Jack?
My first thoughts are Empoli, road team, absolutely nowhere near them. Well, I'm not going anywhere near them, shall I say. They're just not reliable on the road. Venezia at home, decent team. Decent team. And Empoli is a team that Venezia have been beating at home. That sort of caliber of team, they've been winning at home, like Cagliari, their last home game, for example. So, I'm taking Venezia on at home here at plus 130. I think it's a fantastic price. And again, another addition to the parlay.
I mean, I'm not that sure if I'm being honest. I mean, neither team is playing well right now, or consistently well at least. But Empoli actually is averaging about a goal and a half scored on the road this season. They are also conceding about the same amount, and they have 3 wins, 3 draws, and 3 losses. So it could go literally either way for them on the road. Uh, but I mean, Venezia, the only thing that could keep them in this game, in my opinion, is that they have better defense at home than they are on the road by far. So maybe if they try and step it up, maybe they can get a win out of this one. But then again, over 2.5 plus 121. That's what I'm gonna go with simply because I think that both teams will go for the win in this one. Kirk.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Venezia doesn't win this game, they get relegated. It's as simple as that. This is a game. This is a must-win game for them to start 2025. Empoli, they are 6 points ahead of them, but this is a game, as I said, you have to win if you're Venezia on at home to start the season. This can get you out of the relegation zone. So I'm here on Venezia money line as well.
Now, for the next game, Kirk, we have Verona and Udinese, and Verona did has had some solid results against Udinese at home in the past, but they have a lot of losses over the last few weeks. Yes, they are coming off of a win against Bologna, 3-2 on the road, which was a big win for them. But Udinese is doing a solid job right now. They are still missing a few key players because of the injuries. But I think this could be a very tight game. What do you think about this one, Kirk?
I'm just going to keep this short. Verona scored 24 goals, conceded 42. The over is plus money. I'm on the over 2.5 at plus 106.
I don't mind it, to be honest. I could see potentially even 1-1, maybe even 2-2 in the first half or something like that. We could see a very high scoring game here. I do agree with that. Jack, what do you like?
Yeah, don't hate Kirk's pick at all. Again, if I'm honest, picking well today, Kirk. I'll give it to you.
I haven't
Uh,
lost a pick yet,
there
obviously. You
you
can't
go.
say I'm not.
You're doing something right. Look, Verona. Let's not forget as well. Monday they beat Bologna on the road. Scored 3 goals. So look, Udinese maybe not as big as a team as Bologna have been this season, but they're not far away. So I think this is going to be another similar game to that Bologna game on Monday for Verona. Can they win? Maybe it'll be close, but I have both teams to score. I think Udinese's attack, it's just been so consistent, and Verona's defense across this whole season so far has not really been good enough. And I also see Verona scoring continuing that form from Monday's game. So both teams to score at a really good price, and probably boosts that over 2.5 that Kirk took as well. So don't mind putting them both together if I'm honest.
I'm gonna take first half draw at plus 117 in this one. Like I said, I don't mind the goals in this one. I could see 1-1, even 2-2 in the first half alone. But I don't know. Feels like both teams should go for it in this game, and maybe it opens up more in the second half. But we'll see. Uh, for the last couple of picks, guys, off to the French League One. Lille and Nantes is the first game that we have to talk about. Lille, obviously, the better team here, but Nantes has been scoring goals consistently, especially when playing on the road. So I'm gonna kick this one off, and I'm gonna keep it simple, guys. I'm taking both teams to score at plus 108. But Jack, what do you like?
Yeah, Lille. Pretty quiet team, if I'm honest. I don't really see that many people or read or hear many people talking about Lille. Finished 2024 unbeaten in their last 17 games across all competitions. Haven't lost since September, which is pretty good considering the competitions they're in as well. Champions League and so on. So, yeah, Nantes though pretty reliable on the road. I know Kirk's taken them on the double chance a few times, and they've come up clutch. But yeah, I just don't see anything other than Lille in this game. I see dominance from Lille. I think they win both halves. See Lille winning the first half 2-0, maybe 2-1 if Nantes grab a goal, and then they'll just finish the job with a 1-0 second half. So Lille winning both halves at plus 300. I think there's some value to be found there.
What do you like in this one, Kirk?
Yeah, go on. You're thinking like me in 2025 with Bournemouth. You're finally catching on. You're on the non train here, and I love it. I love it. I do think they get on the score sheet as well. I'm on both teams to score at plus money as well in this one.
There you have it, guys. And the last game of this video, another one in the French League One, Lyon and Montpellier. We know that Montpellier is pretty much trash this season, especially on that defensive end. But it seems that you trust them to score in this one, Kirk.
A goal a game. A goal a game. 15 games played, 15 goals scored. That's all I need. One goal and Lyon to win. Lyon and both teams to score at plus 126. It is for me. Lyon have also conceded 20 goals, so they concede about 1.25 goals a game. So that's why I'm on that pick.
Yeah, a goal a game on average, but when playing on their own, they are scoring 0.3 goals on a game. So
Doesn't
it's
matter.
yeah, um, I don't necessarily disagree with you. I'm kind of hoping that Montpellier scores a goal in this one because it's gonna make my pick hit a lot easier. But I'm gonna push it as far as you did. I'm gonna take Lyon to win it over 2.5, just in case Montpellier can't score a goal here. I think that Lyon can get us over 2.5 bump easily themselves. So I'm gonna go that route. But Jack, what do you like?
Yeah, I mean, Lyon averaging over 2 goals a game at home. As you said, Montpellier, 3 goals in 7 road games. I agree, like, January doesn't matter tremendously at this moment in time, but if they get to the end of January and they've scored like 4 or 5 goals on the road, uh, that's just a trend that's happening too much. It'll be au revoir to Montpellier. They'll be going down. Again, haven't even got a point on the road this season. Which, again, if it keeps trending that way, they're gone. They're out of the Uber Eats League, and they'll be having to go and pick up their own orders going forward. So -1.5 for Lyon. I just see this one being dominant out of them. So -105. I think again another really good value play.
That's it, everyone. That's it for this video. We have a few more up on the PickDawgz YouTube channel, so check them out. Leave us a comment, guys. Ask us questions. Let us know how we are doing. And of course, check out our
I'm doing
preview
great.
picks. I know you are doing great. I still feel like you have a buzz from New Year's.
Well, I'm still talking my picks are doing great.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant your physical and mental state.
My physical state is that I need to go to the gym, so that's not great after all drinking over the holidays.
I feel you there. I just can't make myself, and it's literally like 10 minutes away from me.
Mine's in my building, and I
Oh,
can't go.
that's even worse. Uh,
I know.
yeah, and you probably don't have to pay for it.
Well, I live in an apartment building, so it's part of it.
Well, anyways, guys, thank you for joining us here. Enjoy your Saturday. Good luck with all of your bets, and we'll see you soon with more free picks.